Alrighty. Good morning, YouTube. 01 of 1 here. How's it going? So, here we are at our lovely little view that we like ever so much. So in the last episode, we started doing a lot of changes. We pretty much broke down the original factory completely and started doing some changes. And I showed you some of the stuff that's around here. So we've got like our batteries and our biofuel maker things, and everything's just kind of chilling here. Turn down the volume a little bit. All right, then we got our quick ways up and down. We've got our biofuel, so smart splitter, whatever, splits everything, makes it. And then we have everything kind of coming up in here, which is great. And I know that I said in the last one that we had 2 of the platforms that were basically done, a third one that still needed to be done, and that I would probably get some work done while I wait. Or while I'm not recording. Yeah, one of the two. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat. So I've done a little bit of work. Just a little bit of work. It's not anything too spicy or dramatic or anything. But so this is the original platform. And we have this nice little walkway going all the way around. We have some copper coming in. We kind of built into the wall here, which I kind of like. Adds a little bit of character to it. And then we have this going up to the second platform, which, as you can see, still doesn't have anything there. But it is complete. Well, the platform is, not the stuff on it. We have a way to get up there. Then we have some iron coming in over here. If you can tell by what you can see up here, we do actually have the third platform completely complete. And I also added this little section here. Now, this section is not done yet, but this is going to be sort of like an item storage area. So I've got 12 different things here. So as you can see, they're all kind of fed from the frame area. So there's going to be like a bunch of... Oh my god. Oh, geez, that scared the crap out of me. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, so we updated this to go to the coal area. And that's up there now. So let's not get close to that. Yeah, so belts under the frame area. And then they're all going to feed into here. So we've got plenty of room here to get all the belts kind of situated through here. So if you can tell by what we have over here, we're going to have 3 belts come through here and go into here. And then these 3 are going to be the 3 on the back end. And then over here, we have 1 belt each on the front end, and that's going to each go to. So like this one's going to go to this one, this one's going to go to this one, this one's going to go to this one, so on and so forth. And then we have this kind of thing here to where you can kind of see it, and you can also see down below. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of those because we don't really need them anymore. And then we have the same thing over here on the back. We have 2 of these here, so the one on the right goes directly under us, as you can see. And then the one on the left goes out to our oil area. So let's go and take a look at what we got down here. And so that just brings us down here. We have Mark II miners here and also on the copper. We have not replaced that one yet, and we haven't started getting any of the iron from there yet. But I think I might actually belt these over to the second platform and start doing the processing over there. Yeah, and then we have this just kind of chilling here. And all of our power is now routed underneath the frames. But the cool thing about the frames is unless you're like this close, you can't even see them. So like, can you even tell that there's wiring all under here? Like I can't even see it right now. I know that it's there, but I just can't see it. So pretty nice. And then also you can go, and I discussed this in the last episode, you can go from directly under here, directly up through the middle of a power pole, so you can power from here up to there, and the wire clips through everything and it connects, but you don't actually see the wire, so it doesn't look like it's clipping. So kind of cool there. And then we'll go back up here. So this is going to be where we're going to store all of our stuff, so like rods and plates and screws and concrete and all the other fun stuff that we are going to be able to make pretty soon. Okay, so you saw that we had the copper over there, iron over there, and iron over here. So we have these upgraded to 480 lines. So I've got, I've got a power slug in here, or a power shard. Yeah, so these are up and maxed out at 200%, so we get a full 480, which is the most that I can handle with the belts that I have right now. But that should be, you know, more than enough, so not really too worried about that. All right. And then you can see that I kind of kept like the same aesthetic for everything. I mean, this doesn't have the walls up here yet, but it will. And actually, I could probably do that right now, get some work done. All right, so that is not where that was supposed to go. What am I doing here? Can I not like click right now? Is that what's going on? I'm incapable of clicking. Well, I mean, I did just wake up, so maybe I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so yeah. So this is still like the basic aesthetic that we got going on here. So there is no like pathway into here, but the reason why I left these two open is because you can just jump up onto the wall here and get in here. And then inside here, this is just all smelters. That's all it is. That's all we're doing here is we're just making 480, well, actually 960 iron bars, 480 copper bars. And then as you can see, once everything is done, it goes up into the frames. And from there, it goes out to there. And then from here, that'll get belted up to the second platform. So you can see it's coming up around behind, and then these will come up around in the front and then go up. All right, so we have the 480 of the first iron here. So you can kind of see like the split here. So from here, this way is all one of the irons. And then from this one here, this way is the other of the iron. Then we have a nice little space here. And then from here, this way, this is all the smelters for the copper. And copper, like everything else, goes up into there, up into the frames, and goes out that way. And then I'm leaving the roof, and this has to get the sides done as well. But I'm leaving the roof open with the glass here, so that way you can kind of look in there and kind of see it. And then also, it doesn't make, it kind of makes everything like stay smooth, you know? So you don't have like just all kinds of stuff just like popping up all over the place. I mean, it's kind of cool to see a factory like that, but at the same time, like if this is just smelters, like there's nothing really too impressive about that. So not really too worried about that. And then also the third platform up there, we had to go up, I think it was 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so 14 to get up there. I've got the sides all on there. I've got a tube going up there. You can't see it because it's behind the pillar right now. And then it goes out all the way over to the cliffs over there, to the cliffs over there. We've got some nice little pillar tops here on the corners. That way it actually looks like it's being supported. And this one is just like ridiculously long, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, that is just ridiculous right there. So let's go on to the second platform. Kind of see what we got going on. But yeah, so this is kind of like the aesthetic that I want to go for here, like with this whole thing. So kind of like walkways in between things that are like adjacent to each other. Tubes going from one to another. And then, you know, just making it look like really nice. Oh, and I still have to do the sides on here. Let me do that real quick. Because, I mean, it looks better once you actually have the sides on there. It doesn't look so, I don't know. I want to say janky, but I don't know if that's the right term to use here. But yeah. And then I'm assuming that this has to be done over there as well, which I could do right now. I mean, I'm recording, so I might as well get some work done while I'm recording, right? All right. That was weird lag glitch thing. Okay. Okay. So as I said in the last episode, I did lower some of my settings from ultra down to very high. And that's just because, I mean, okay, seriously. Normally I'm getting like about 130 frames per second as I'm playing, but then I noticed like as I'm putting in, oh, I need plates. Okay, so let's go and visit another part of the underground here. So as you can see, like even with like there being like 2 layers of windows here, like we still have light coming down here, which is kind of like the entire point, because that's what I was going for. And we still have all of our stuff here. I'll just grab some plates. How am I doing on concrete? Okay, so I have 941 left. That should be enough. So I'm almost, like, I started moving like a lot of this stuff. So a lot of these are empty. These I'm going to start using when I start building up the actual processing. And then these will just get sorted, you know, once, because I mean, they are kind of finished products. And then they'll just get put into their respective, you know, places. But yeah, so we still have, you know, quite a lot here. We have a shit ton of screws. Yeah, so let's hop over here, head on up. And then, yeah, so I was over here. Oh, and another thing that I did, I don't know if you can tell, if there is an actual machine sitting in the middle of a platform, I replaced the glass with an actual platform. Although I didn't do it everywhere, apparently. So I have to update some of these, and that's to reduce the lag a little bit, because I mean, like when you're on a path where you can actually walk on, it's great to be able to see below you. But I mean, if you're over there with a machine, I mean, why have glass there if you don't need it, right? So I'm gonna have to go through and make those changes as well. And we'll hop down here again. All right. We'll get that done, and then we'll hop down here. And we'll get this side done as well. And so the good thing about having like the walls like this on the side is that if for any reason we need to replace these with like a wall with conveyor slots in it, that's like super easy to do. All right, so that's basically what the platforms, did I not finish there either? Like what's going on here? Slacking, man. All right, let's see if I can even reach up that high. Yes, I can. All right, good. Oh, that was a miss right there. Oh, hey, there's something attacking me. Do you mind? Oh, it's a little guy. Okay, little guy. What are you doing? Come here. Just, why are you even bugging me right now? Just go away. Okay, so that is done. Okay, and then I know that I do have the back end done because I was up on top of that little arch up there. So as you can see, like this platform here is absolutely massive. And so this is where we're gonna do most of our like basic processing. And you can see from here, like because we have that kind of there, we just replaced one of those with the 3-slot conveyor. And then we just can port up from here to the next wall. And it just keeps everything like super neat and organized. So I like it a lot. All right. And then another thing that I said that we could do is as we're building, is that supposed to be there? I don't think that's supposed to be there. Yeah, pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. Yeah, so as we're going through here and putting on all of the conveyor belts like inside the framing, we don't actually need to do that. So I'll show you what I mean inside the first area here. And we'll hop up here. Okay, so I don't know if I can actually get up inside of here. without, you know, maybe I can, I don't know. Hello? Can I get up here? All right, now can I get up into here? I need to be up a little higher. This thing is kind of in the way. Okay, so that's not really working. Okay. Anyways, so you see like these little beams and everything that are under here? You can actually place these things here. You can actually place those on the beams. So once I figured that out, I stopped using like the platforms under here. So I don't know if you can tell. Let me just get up in here. This is like really slow. So you can kind of see like up in there that we actually have those little belt holder things like actually sitting on the beam. So super easy to do it like that. And it's like you can see another one right there. I know it's probably kind of dark. And then like another thing is, so long as I have these things centered on the platforms right here, then we have this nice little round area that we can put a plug on. And like even like in here, you can barely see where the wires are. Like, can you even see any of the wires over there? Like I can't, but I know that they're there because I put them there. Or maybe I didn't because I haven't hooked this up yet. Yeah. Okay. So I still need work, but this one is done. And you can barely tell that the wires are there. So I need to hook this up too. And is this not finished either? Yeah, it's not finished. Okay. So I'm going to pause for a little bit, hook everything up here. And then I'll be back. There's probably not going to be much of a change here, so just letting you know. All right, so that didn't take too long. So I went and replaced all the glass that's underneath these things with the normal platforms. I wired all of this in, so now this is all doing its thing. They're not actually connected to the copper yet, and that's because I want to burn through the extra resources that I have under there first before I start pulling in new ones. So all I have to do is just connect over there, and it's the same for all three of these. So where they connect into the wall and where they go into the first splitter, that there is no connection there right now. But yeah, so got everything hooked up. We finished the side of the wall up here as well. So now it looks beautiful, but it looks like we forgot this entire one. Well, we got to go that way anyways, so let's just get it done. You know, when I finished up yesterday, I thought that I got everything, but apparently I was just worn out because this took me several hours to get it done and to get it into like something that I like, I guess. All right, so there we go. God, that scared the crap out of me again. I got to be careful about where I put those things. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like from up here. And you can see it's just nice and flat. You can see that there's stuff going on under here, but you can't actually see what's there. So it's kind of nice. If I ever need to put something up here, I can. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it. So we can think of that as like a fourth platform now. In case I need it, I'll just string up some wire directly through onto power pole, whatever. And if we need to put something up on here, we can. So not a big deal there. And then we have this monstrosity. Now this thing is like huge, like absolutely huge. Well, compared to what I've built so far. So, I mean, I've seen some builds from some people where like this is like tiny compared to what they've done, but I mean, this is pretty big for me. So this is where we're going to get all of our basic processing. And unfortunately, because okay, so like with these frames right here, let's look at this one. So you can see how it's got like a quadrant type thing here. So you can actually fit a single belt up into a single quadrant. So like in here and in here. But the middle belt, because it interferes with this beam right here, it doesn't let you do it. So that's why this particular one does not have a frame under it, because we had this middle one there. So the only way that I could get this in there and make it look good is to have it without the frame there. But we do have the glass, so if you're not paying too much attention, then maybe you won't notice it. But if you're like me, you will, but then you'll understand why, and you'll kind of get it, and it'll be okay. All right, and then from up here, we have a really nice view. So that is where another wreck is. I think that's a new one. So that's the big waterfall right there, and then the plane starting area is right over there. So the big waterfall over there. I know that over here, kind of farther away, is some coal, and that's kind of on another island. Let me see if I can see it from here. It might be too far away at this point. Okay. So this is kind of like the starting area. There's that big arch that the moth likes to fly under or over or through or something like that. And then over in here, you can't really see it because there's mist, but there's an island that kind of sticks out. And on that island, like way over there, is coal. And I think it's a pure node. I think there might actually be 2 coal. No, I think it's just 1 coal node. And then that's where I have my Caterium right there. So that's where that is in relation to all of this. But yeah, so this should be more than big enough. And the reason why I have this kind of cut out right here, I kind of explained in the last video, is because we have this little like mound right here. And I didn't want to like clip into the mound because it looked kind of tacky, but so I just kind of like built around it. So now we have like a little greenery here, so it should look pretty good. And then we have this one up here. Now this one is larger than the first platform, but I don't think this one is as big as this platform. And then I'll use this one for like the more advanced stuff, like maybe stuff that requires like a manufacturer or something. I'll put some of that up here. And because I'm not building like mega factories, and this can be replaced with glass and a foundation. Oh, wait. No. I know why I did this. Okay, so this is actually a full foundation, so 8x4, and that's why that's in there. And I think I did the same on all the corners. And that's because under here, you've got like this huge pillar of support, and you know, if it's just pushing on glass, then you would expect the glass to break, but if it's like a nice solid pillar, then maybe. And so yeah, you can see that I did the same for all the corners here. And then we're actually not that far away from the red forest. That's just up there. So if I were to hop up on here, I could probably get there and get all of the aluminum and stuff, bauxite, I guess. So we've got access up here. We can actually get up pretty high now. And from up here, we have a really good view. And then I still want to get up to like that little area up there, so that way I can like get up there one day and like see just kind of what's going on. Like what's up there, you know? And then from up here, we have a really good view, like really, really good view. So let's go over here on the corner. Yeah. So you can kind of see like the different textures under the water and everything, and you can see all the islands over there. If you go like halfway up to that island, like up to that point right there, you're gonna die because it's the edge of the map. But the fact that they just have an island there is kind of cool. And then you can see kind of like the straight edges that they used for some of this stuff, but that's fine. I just ignore it most of the time. But yeah, so you can see our single little itty bitty little iron or oil refinery over there. You can see that there is a slug there. There's another slug there. There's another slug there. And I think that's a slug right there as well. So there's like 4 slugs just in this area right here that I could get. There's another slug there. I think there's another slug in here somewhere. So power slugs all over the place. And then that is the wreckage that I killed, that the big spitter. That's what I'm calling him. I don't know what their actual name is, but killed him over there. So then I was just kind of skipping along this whole thing, and then the oil and all that other stuff, and the power stations are back there where you can't see them. So yeah, we just have like just a really, really, really nice view. So maybe I'll build something up here and just, I don't know, like a relaxation area, and then from here we also have a pretty good view of the actual factory so far. So pretty nice. I'm definitely okay with it. All right. So it's kind of what we got going on. In this episode, there's going to be a lot of pausing again. I'm going to start building like the basic stuff that we need. So that's going to be like rods, plates, screws, you know, reinforced plates, all that other fun stuff. I'm going to try to get as much as I can in here. I'm not building for like super large quantities, but just enough to like fill up those. We can probably see them under here. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared me again. I need to stop doing that. I need to have like a warning thing. Like if you get close to like you put down a beacon, if you get close to it, it like gives you a warning or something. It's like danger, danger, you know? But yeah, so enough to fill up these guys down here is what I'm going for. And I still don't know what I'm going to put in there. And I still got to work out the belts and everything for it. Well, I mean, I got most of the stuff, like this is done. But like the belting underneath the platforms, I still need to get that done. Okay. So, yeah. Let's head back down. And then we have a lot to work with. So we have 2 lines of 480 iron bars and 1 line of 480 copper bars. So I don't even know if we're going to be able to use all of that. Honestly, I think we're going to have a lot left over, but that's fine. All right, so first set of probably mini pauses, and I'm going to see what we can get done. All right, so here's the general idea of what I want to do here. Up on the 3rd platform, I want to be able to make some of these, right? And then for just 1 of these, because I don't have any of the alternates yet, you need 5 of these per. And then you can see that each of those, depending on the recipe that I use, let me see. So the alternate recipe number 1 would require more stuff quicker, but I think it's also more expensive. And then this stuff over here, I'll be able to get once I redo the steel factory, because that's going to be coming up next too. I'm going to put it in the same kind of aesthetic as this here. And then I also have to upgrade the miners and do all that other fun stuff. So I'll be able to get these pretty easily just with that. And then the additional screws I might actually be able to get from over there as well. But I mean, I'm going to have a lot of room here, so I could, and a lot of resources as well, so I could probably do that pretty easily. Another thing, I don't know if I'm going to do them here, is computers, because these 2 things I need plastic for, and you know, some other basic resources. So I might actually pull from the desert starting area for some of that stuff, and then kind of have like a computer factory over there. I mean, it kind of depends on where the nodes are in relation to everything. But yeah, so for this particular factory, I think I just want to make the heavy modular frames. And then I don't know how many I want to make though, because I'm not going to need like 1 million, right? But I am going to need a good amount. And then crystal oscillators, I'm not going to worry about making those here. I'll wait until I find a quartz node and then build something over there using the surrounding resources, which there should be plenty of. So I'm thinking I'll set up 4 manufacturers on this particular factory. And so then I'm going to need 20 of these, and then 60 of those, 20 of those, and 400 of those. Now these things right here, I should be able to get all of that from the steel factory. And so then all of that will go into making these. And then this factory will just be the modular frames alone. So, and then also along with this, I'm going to make all of the extra stuff. So like when I have to build like, I don't know, like 14 assemblers to make screws or something, like I'll do like 16. And then whatever is left over that I'm not using will just go and get stored into the bins. And then once the bins are over, you know, full all the way, and then whatever is left over then, that'll go into the resource sink for points. So that's kind of like the basic idea of what I'm going for here. So I do have to kind of work backwards. It's going to be interesting. So I'm going to need 20 per minute of these, but I should probably go for like 21 or 22 per minute. Well, actually, let's go in 5. So I'm going to need 25 per minute. So then 5 will be extra that'll get stored away in case I need them. All right. So 25 of these per minute is what I'm going for. All right. It's going to be interesting. So let's get started. I think I'm going to pause because I want to try to get all of this into a single video. So yeah, I'm going to start putting up kind of like the, I don't know, like how I have down there, like with the windows at the bottom. I'm going to start setting that up so I know the area that I have to work with. And we'll see what we can get going. All right, fun times. All right, so I just realized that I'm gonna have a need for concrete, like a lot of concrete very, very quickly. So I figured I'd take this back section here, which I've already kind of started and laid out, to do that. So I don't have any power shards in, let me see. Okay, so there is the concrete node down there. I have a Mark IV belt going up here. This was the highest that it could go right there, so I had to put another lift on here. And that's going directly up into here, which is why this one doesn't have a frame underneath it, so I can actually get it up in here. And then that's going directly out to here, and it continues under here, as you can see. And it goes over here, goes over to the wall, then from the wall it goes up and then down and in, the way that we've done pretty much all of our belts everywhere else. And then all I need to do is just connect there to there. And so what I need here, because I'm going to be pulling 480 out of there, and each of these constructors need 45 per minute. So then that's going to be 11 that I'm going to need. And it just so happens that I can fit 5 in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's going to be another 5 back there. And then the 11th one I'm going to put right here because I need to use up this space right here anyways for the mergers. And then the total output is going to go here, and it'll go up into the frames. So that's kind of what I got. So constructor here, 5 constructors there, 5 more constructors there. And then 2 above here, we're going to have mergers. So these will just belt up into the mergers. At least I hope they'll belt up into the mergers. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I just got to hook everything up. Okay, so first problem that I noticed. Since constructors take up the entire block, having this wall here means that I have to offset this by 1, which means that I have to offset all of these by 1. Oh well. Alrighty, here is the next problem that we're running into. We cannot put a lift right there. So the constructors are slightly wider than, or slightly longer than the smelters. So yeah, it's not gonna work. So what we're gonna end up having to do is to shift all of these back 1 or 2, maybe 2, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I would probably feel more comfortable with 2 if I could get it in there. You know, still keep these centered, but shift this back 1 and then 2, so it should put it like basically right on the edge here. So we'll be able to get in, and then that'll leave us an extra 2 spaces in here to get out. And then we can put the mergers up on top, so that should work. Let's see if it does. All right, so everything has been shifted back 1, as you can tell. And now I think we have enough room to get a lift in here. So let's give it a try. Okay, that's good news. And we get the, you guys hear that? That means it connects. So pretty happy with that. I don't know if it does this for all of the belts. Actually, let's do a quick test. Okay, so it does for that. Mark III. Okay, it does for that too. And it does for the 4. Okay. I don't know. I've seen videos and I've experienced it myself to where you don't actually get that little tick sound in there. So you don't actually know if it's connecting or not. And if you don't get the tick, then it actually isn't connecting. Except sometimes it does, so it's kind of confusing. So maybe they fixed that. But yeah, so it looks like this is going to work out. We are going to have to move all of these guys, of course. But that's not going to be that big of a deal. So let's get that done. Actually, I just realized that I don't have to on this side because I don't have to stack anything over here on the outside. So I just deleted all those for no reason. But as long as I'm here, just to make sure that everything stays the same, let's just do the same thing. Okay, so we need you to line up there. Hello. Okay, and then back 1. There we go. And then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, easy enough. All right, let's get everything connected. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to add over here, even though I don't technically need a merger, let me just grab it real quick. Even though I don't technically need a merger, and then I have to move over 1, yeah. And then that needs to go that way. Okay. So as I was saying, even though I don't technically need a merger here because I can just have this go up and then bring a belt over, if I did that, because the little squishy section here that's up on top would actually put this, it wouldn't be centered, it would actually be off by one. So then the belt that I would put from here to here would have like a curve to it, which I don't want. So that's why I'm putting an actual merger here, even though there really isn't a need for it. But yeah, it's a lovely sound, that little tick right there. All right, and then how much do these put out? I think it's like 15, right? Yeah, 15, okay. So that'll be interesting. So then we have the first 15, which is on Mark 1 belt. We have the second 15, which will also be on a Mark 1 belt. What do I need? I need mergers. Okay, and then so that is going to carry 30. And then this one's going to carry 45, so we can still get away with a Mark 1 belt. And yes, this could go a lot faster if I, you know, put everything like on a number or whatever. But meh. I'm not in that much of a hurry, so I don't really care. Okay, so that'll be 15, 30, 45 from here. This one will be 60 going into here. Right, so merger, and then we'll just grab this guy. There we go. Okay, so now the outputs here are all hooked up, and then this is going to be carrying 60. And then 60 plus here will be 75, so we're going to need a Mark II belt coming out here. And now that I think about it, so here's my thought, right? So that's going to be coming in from the bottom, right? So let's get this up here. And we can have this go out this way. No. It's going to have to go out this way. Yeah. And then is that going to be far enough, or does that have to be adjusted backwards one? I think that's going to have to be adjusted backwards one. Okay. Hang on, belt. Calm down. Okay. Be nice if I had some light, right? Okay. So, constructor. Flip it around. Okay, so this is... Okay, seriously? Okay, so that is roughly centered, and then we're going to back it up one. And then that will go into there. And then this will be going into here. Okay, and then we need a Mark II belt to go from here. Okay, so let me see. So 1, 2. So that'll put us kind of in here-ish, I think. And that's not staying there. It's just there to get the belt in the right place. So Mark II belt is going to go up onto here. And now that that's in the right place. Nope, Mark II. That will go into there. Okay, so that's 75 plus the 15 out of here will give us 90. And then another 75 on top of that will give us 165 concrete per minute out of a 480 line. It seems right? Hang on. Should be 480 divided by 3. 480 over 3, 160. Okay, so I was off a little bit, sorry. Okay, so, and then based on where this one is gonna go, merger. That's gonna go this way. So I should be able to get a belt in here. And that's gonna have to be a Mark II belt. Ha, perfect. I love it when stuff just works. You know what I mean? Okay, so then this will be the output, and that'll go up into the rafters. And then this stuff just needs to be connected. Where are we at? We're at almost 40 minutes. We're at 40 minutes in the video. Okay, so I'm going to pause and get the rest of this hooked up. So I decided to give myself a little creative license, and instead of just limiting it to the existing footprint here, I actually extended it so that we would make a full rectangle up here. And the reason for that is because I think I probably am going to need this upper platform to actually build stuff on. So I figured it would be a good idea to just kind of have it there, you know? And then the rest of this is just going to be kind of built as normal, or as usual, I should say. So we'll get that done, and then I am going to need concrete pretty soon. I'm down to 107, so I'm going to go and get some power over here. I'll probably bring it up, I don't know, somewhere around here. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to hook up all the power into here because everything is now hooked up and going into everything. So all it needs now is just power. All right, fun times. All right, so here is 240 concrete coming in. Right now it's backed up, so that's why you're seeing it coming in at 480. But eventually it will start slowing down, and we'll have 240 coming in here. We still need the power shard, the miner. It's under there somewhere. So we need to get a couple of power shards, throw 2 of those in there, get it up to 200%. But for right now, it's running at so now it just switched over to 240. So now it'll slow down a little bit. But yeah, so our concrete is now all fixed. What's going on with this guy? Oh, he was yellow. Now he's green. Now he's yellow. What's going on? Oh, you're just waiting. Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. So yeah, some of these aren't going to be running at 100% all the time because I don't have the full 480 coming in here. But we do have all of the power in here set up. And yeah, so this is what concrete production looks like. And this is enough to process 480 concrete per minute, or limestone per minute, I should say. And then one thing that I did do up here to kind of keep like some separation between like the actual production area versus, you know, the outer walkway area and the underside of there is to just kind of like line the top part of here with some windows. And I might do that over there, or I might leave it open. I don't know yet. But yeah, so concrete production done. And the great thing is we used up kind of like this awkward, like sized area. I mean, except for just these, 4 blocks right in here? 3 blocks, 4 blocks, whatever. But yeah, so good to go. So that means that the rest of this we can now use for producing iron, copper, that kind of stuff. So now I got to do math. Not looking forward to it. Anyways, be right back. All right, so I've laid out all the assemblers that I'm going to need. So all of these are going to be making the reinforced plates, and then these ones are going to be making the bolted frames. So bolted frame. So I'm using this one because it means that I have to use less of the assemblers. So even though it does use up more stuff, I can use less assemblers, which means less power. So that's why I went with this instead. But yeah, now I get to work on getting everything else hooked up. Should be fun. All right, so I've got the plate set up, kind of. Everything's set up, it just needs power. But I figured I would take this time to kind of show you how you can make the belts work inside the frames. So I've got another 480 line right here. Oh, by the way, I'm using, out of the 480 that's coming in, I'm going to be using all but 60 just to make the plates. So yeah. And then I also have an extra couple, 2 more constructors than what I actually need to make extra plates. So that way I have something that actually stores up in there. But as I was saying with this stuff here, so if we go into the Mark IV belts, right? So you can actually set up stuff right on top of those sidebars. And then if we take a look at it, see it's actually set up on top of that bar. So that makes like doing all of like the management like inside of here like super, super easy. So we're going to bring this over and do make sure that you don't fall through here because you can very, very easily. All right, so where do we want to bring this? Let's see, we want to bring it, okay, so probably like over here and probably to there, I think. And then from there, okay, so we want it to be kind of in here. Like that. And then I don't know if this is gonna be able to fit, but from here, we can take a lift. Oh, good, it does. Nice. And so like the lift, if you can get it to fit within one of those quadrants, like it'll go in there like no problem. And then we'll have that go that way. And now we have our line of iron going through the frames up here. And then once that's done, all you have to do is build your little glass foundation, and then you have something solid to walk on again. And then like adjusting this stuff is like super easy too, because if you need to get into the frames again, you just delete the glass. And then you go in there, you do what you need to do, and you're good to go. And then, so I think I'm gonna save this upper area here for copper. We're gonna have 480 copper, so we're gonna be making lots of wire, lots of cable, lots of the sheets. We may even bring in the quick wire over there and make some of the, oh, but I need plastic for those. Never mind, I won't be doing those. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys real quick that you can do that. And if you're careful with your setup in here, you can get these things to go right into the quadrants and have everything work out really, really nicely. But yeah, back to work. All right, so something I just noticed is that having these set up on the bars here does kind of move it just a tiny, just a little bitty smidge up higher than what you actually need. And so what happens is when you try to place the glass on top of here, because this guy is actually higher than it needs to be by like half a tick or whatever, then you can't place the glass. So we're gonna fix that real quick by connecting. That's not where you want to go. You want to go into here. Okay. And so what I did is I deleted the little, what are those things called? Conveyor pole. So I deleted it off of here, and I'm just going to have this come up at the normal length. So about right there. And so you can see that that's like a little bit below where it should be, I guess. And I just fell off. That was cool. Okay, back up. Come on. Hopefully I will be able to move this down enough. Okay, so then we're gonna go and go here and then into there, and it does work, okay. So I don't know if you can really tell, but that does go down just a tiny, tiny smidge. Like I said, it's like half of a build tick or whatever, however you wanna call it, segment maybe. And now that I've done that, I should be able to put the glass foundation back on top, perfect. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. You know, you learn as you go, right? Okay, so we're good there. I don't need these, so they can go away. And yeah, so back to work again. All right, that was a lot of work, let me tell you. Okay, so we've got all of this stuff in here. We managed to use up one complete 480 line of iron coming in, and then of this second 480 line coming in, we're using 120 of that. And then so with everything taken out of that, what we have coming out up here is 360. Now the bad thing is we aren't able to completely feed everything that's in here with what we've got. So next thing we have to do is start bringing these around. So these are starting to back up a lot, as you can tell. So these have to come in here and then be fed into all of this fun stuff, which, you know, that's not going to be hard to do. But we are going to need to make all of the screws for these on the next floor up. So we're going to need 700 screws total. Yeah, fun times. So I did end up having a little bit of extra room in here, which is pretty much these 2 blocks right here, and then about 4 blocks back, basically to the wall. And so what I did there instead is I'm making like extra rods and screws. And so I'm using an additional 60 off of here. So originally we were only drawing 60 to make screws out of here because we still had the other 60 from the plates. So those 60 are feeding into these right here to make screws. And then 60 out of here is coming in here to feed these sets of screws. And then with all that together, we get one full 480 line of screws, which is enough to feed all of those 8 assemblers way over there, which are making the reinforced plates. Okay, so you follow so far? All right. So then from here, the 480 minus the 60 gives us 420. And then because we're taking off an additional 60 to make the extra stuff, that leaves us with 360 here, which is then going up and will go up to the next floor. All right. We do have all of the concrete. That's pretty much all the way backed up on all of these. So as you can tell, I've been working a little bit. And it's a good thing that I built this too, because I was short on concrete like 3 times. So just being able to come up here and grab like 500 at a time was great. Okay. Oh, and also I died twice while building this because I was going up there working and then I came off the edge, only I was sprinting, which is a bad idea because I've only got 1 block to drop down. And so like I tried correcting and I didn't correct. So I fell off once over on that side and then I fell off once over this side. Not fun. Oh, and the first time I actually fell through the world, so that was fun, but luckily the crate still spawned on the ground. I did manage to finish off all the sides, as you can see, and I did check all the way around. Everything inside of here is now powered on. So you can see a lot of green in there, you can see a lot of yellow in there, but you don't see any red. All right, and then we go up onto here, and then this is going to be fun, because I'm basically going to do kind of the same thing that I did down here. So there's going to be a railing on the edge, and then we're going to start building 1 block in. So that way we have this nice little, thing to go around. So that should give us enough room in here to make all the screws that we need. And then additionally, maybe some rotors, I'm hoping. I hope we'll have enough pieces and parts left over to do that. Okay, so let's follow, where I've got all this stuff. Okay, so you saw earlier that how I routed all of this iron in, right? So we've got the copper that's going directly around here, and then that'll go up to, wherever it needs to go. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I might not even keep it here. I don't know yet. And then we have this 480 line, which is going over here, down to here, into the lift, and then dropping down onto that main line that you saw down there. And then when we get over here to our extra stuff, which I think is here, okay, so we've got iron rods here, and then we've got iron rods here and iron rods here, so that gives us the 60 that we're using. I'm taking 3 of these, so that'll give me 45 iron rods, and they're going up into this lift here, as you can see. And then it's combining with this one here. No, sorry, this one here. And then this one is being used to make screws. So we get 15 out of here. So then this is running at 100%. This one's running at 15 or 50%. So we're using just the 15 rods coming out of here. And that gives us 60 screws. So 1 full line right here. And then for the rods from the merger here, they get brought up into here. And then they start running this way. And then the screws get merged. So screws coming out of here, going into there, and then up into here, and then up into here, and then we start bringing them over to here. So now we've got rods and screws running in the rafters pretty much this entire way. Looks like I forgot to replace this. Okay, so running the entire way. And then when we get over to here, you'll see that we have plates joining them. And then this just runs straight out to here. So we have our output, and then the plates. So in this first line of plates that I'm making, so that'd be this one, so I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 constructors. I decided to take these other 2 since those were the extra anyways, and instead of having them go out towards the line that feeds all of those assemblers, they go out this way. So 30 here, and then they go out 30 here, no 20, sorry, 20 here, 20 here, so that's 40, and then we have 40 coming up into here, and then we bring those 40 up over into here to follow this along to then join here. So fun times. It's a lot of work. So I still need to make another 700 screws. And then I also need to do all the copper stuff. But I've got my excess for the rods, the screws, and the plates, so I don't need to make any more extra there. So whatever I need to make the 700, and actually, hang on, so 700 divided by 40, so I'm going to need 18 assemblers up here. And then 18 times 2/3, so we're going to need 18 plus 12, so we're going to need 30 assemblers. 12 of those are going to be making the rods, and then 18 of those are going to be making screws. Fun times. But hopefully I should have more than enough room up here to make all that. But yeah, I think I'll probably work on that off camera. And then at the start of the next episode, this layer up here should be all good. And then I can kind of show you what's going on there. And yeah. Oh, I just thought of something. If the ladders only go up to here and I put a railing on, can I still get up, or do I need to go up one more? Let's test that real quick. Okay, so if we throw a fence on there. Now, obviously by itself, I don't think we're going to be able to get up over that fence. I think we're just going to kind of get stuck up at the top. Oh, never mind. We can just climb right over. Okay. Never mind. We're good to go. All right. So, yeah, that's a lot. Like a lot. Like, whew. I mean, it's, what is it now? It's 11 o'clock and I've been working since like 6:30 on this thing. So it's like 5 hours. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so full 480 line. Well, technically 450. Well, no, 480 because we got that 11th one over there. 480 concrete, all being used, all being made. I do need to bring this up into the rafters and bring it out somewhere so it can be collected. But I'm pretty sure that I am not going to need anywhere near this much concrete. So where do I have the output currently? Okay, so this is the output currently. Ooh, this might be in the way. That could be bad. Yeah, that's in the way. Crap. Well, wait. Hang on. There is another way to do it. So if we just go with a Mark IV belt and we bring it up, will that work at all? No, it's still not going to work? Okay. All right, so I have to rethink this placement a little bit. I think I can scoot it maybe a tiny bit over. And then that's not going to really affect anything over here too much. And I can move this belt as needed. All right, let me fix that real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I decided to move it over one block. So I've got everything hooked back up. Screws are going back up there. The extra screws that I have a ton of, apparently, can go into there. Okay. So I've been kind of doing this with like all of my extra parts, like as needed. You know, I just kind of pick some up or drop some off. Okay, so that's going up there. We have our concrete going up here. I could probably get that hooked up and then going off that way. So we are going to have 4 resources coming out, which will be good. And then one of these days I'm going to get some lights in here. Or maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Like, how often am I going to be in here, like, once it's working, right? Probably not that much. One thing I probably could do, though, is throw some relays on here so I can control, like, which one of the platforms are on and off. Because, I mean, right now everything's just on. I mean, I don't really need to, though, so... Yeah, and we still have that huge platform up there, so... And then we're going to have this, and then we're going to have another platform up on top of there. So it's going to be big. So we're at an hour just about, so I'm going to leave that here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is a lot of freaking work. And yeah, I hope you guys join me next time. All right, see you later.